Hi, I'm Jess. I'm a Pilates instructor and a physiotherapist, and I see lots of clients that come to me with neck, shoulder, low back pain, often due to sitting at a desk all day in not a great posture or position, and it leads to problems. The muscles just don't like that. So today I'm just going to go through a really quick 10 to 15 minute exercises that you can do at your desk. You're not going to get sweaty. You can do it whatever you're wearing. Good idea to take your shoes off if you can, but don't worry if you can't. Okay, and just have a go at these. Remember to take regular breaks, drink lots of water because that always helps with muscular issues, and give it a go, see how you get on. If you want to see more of my stuff, you can subscribe. I'm on YouTube, Jess Coverley, or find me on Instagram, Jess Coverley Pilates, and at Facebook. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you soon. So this is your mini desk-based Pilates to try and help you with some kind of issues that you get when you're sat at your desk. Often neck, shoulder tightness, and also it's just a good idea to take a break every hour or two, otherwise you're going to find things aren't going to be happy in your body, so get moving. So I want you to sit forwards on your chair, grab your scarf or your towel, and the reason I've got a block is because depending on the height of your chair, the length of your legs, etc., you want the knees to be about 90 degrees. You don't want the knees to be hanging down and creating any tension through the back. So you're going to take your scarf and you're going to just bring it kind of around your ribs, your towel. You can use a band for this, but we're going to use it to help with some of our stretches, so it's quite nice that it's a bit sturdier. Okay, so let's just create a bit of tension around the ribs and practice our nice deep posterior breathing. So I want you to sit tall, really lengthen through the crown of your head, right forwards on your chair, not near the back, and then just breathe into your scarf. Feel the pressure coming into there and relax your shoulders. So every time you exhale, relax. Inhale. Deep breath in, exhale. No tension through the tummy yet. Inhale. Every time you exhale, really lengthen. Tuck your chin in. Think long neck. Little double chin time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Shoulder blades down. One more time. Breathe in. And breathe out. Good. You can just let your scarf go down. I want you to put one hand on the front of your tummy and one hand on your back. And there should be that natural little curve in your lower back, okay? And I want you to maintain that, and let's focus on activating the deep abdominals, or that transverse abdominis. So sit tall, breathe in, don't release any length. And as you breathe out, just pull your belly button away from your hand. Without this happening. Without a rounding, just a pulling in. Inhale. Exhale. Draw it in towards the spine and release. Breathe in. You'll feel a little raise into the hands. As you exhale, pull it away. Trying to pull your belly away from your waistband. One more. And out. Good. Now maintain that core tension throughout, but continue to breathe naturally, okay? You don't want to hold your breath at any point. Now we're going to inhale, take a nice big reach up. As we exhale, we're going to pop the hands on the back of the head, so I'm here. Now we're going to shrug the shoulders up as we breathe in. Draw the shoulder blades down. Breathe in again. And as you breathe out, press your elbows back into a nice big chest stretch. I'm going to show you from the front this time. Release your arms down. So we're going to take a nice deep breath in. Inhale up. Exhale to the back of the head. Inhale up. Exhale. Go and draw those shoulder blades down. Breathe in, elbows in a little. Exhale, elbows wide. Press out with those elbows. Stretch the chest, but don't arch your back. And release. And again, inhale. Exhale, back of the head. Inhale, shrug. Exhale, shoulder blades down. Inhale, elbows in. And exhale, press it wide. Nice big chest stretch. Release. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. Exhale. Shrug. Drop. Breathe in, prepare. Breathe out, stretch. Now keep your elbows back. Stay sitting tall. Breathe in again. Spine twist to the right. So I want you to twist your upper body round to the right. Don't move the lower body. Stay there for a breath. And bring it back. Good, lovely mid-back rotation. Inhale, shoulders down. Exhale. Look round. Breathe in. Bring it back. Don't force it, remember. Inhale. Just work through the stiffness. If this is too much with your hands here, you can do an alternative. If you've got a shoulder issue, you can either have your hands on your shoulder or thumbs to the breastbone in the prayer position. Let's do 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Bring it back. Here's your last 2 because we want to finish even. So do even right to left. Fab. Now bring it back. Now keep your arms up like this if you can. Drop one arm down the side. Keep the other elbow up. Core engaged. Breathe in. Let's do some little reaches down. So one elbow comes up and the arm hangs down. Try and keep your buttocks glued to your chest. You've got to work the core, otherwise you might wobble off onto the floor. 4, inhale up. 3, stretching one side, opening the other. 2, feet flat. Now let's swap that straight over. Hand back, shoulder blade down, breathe in. Here's your option, both hands at your side. Reach down. 6, inhale. 5, good. Let's keep length every time we come up. Really want to focus on posture today, especially when you've been sat at your desk or your kitchen table or some sort of makeshift desk. 2 more. 1 more. Good, and release. Bring your arms down. Give your shoulders a little roll. Up and back. Good, really open out. Now, let's take the block away if you've got one under your feet. Sit even further forwards. Bring your feet nice and wide. So wider than your chair. So you've got room. We're going to roll down. So this is a sitting roll down. Up tall each time. Breathe in, just like your standing one. Drop your chin to your chest. Think about scooping out your tummy. So we've got that tummy engaged. And we just slowly roll to the floor. And I want you to think about just being a rag doll. Just let yourself hang. You can even, if you've got good flexibility, keeping your sit bones on the chair, you could reach through the chair. And then just slowly back. Restack those vertebrae one at a time. Really visualize the vertebra like your Lego bricks, one on top of the other. And head on top last. Lengthen up. Breathe in. Let's do that again. Chin to chest, drop the breastbone, drop the rib cage, scoop out the tummy. Now try and reach through, but don't force it. Good, just walk back between. Now walk your hands towards the right foot. See if you can just do a little twist. Again, think about keeping your sit bones on the chair. Don't let one lift off. Walk your hands to the left side. Breathe in. Bring it back to the center and restack. Good. Now the back's a little warmer. Bring your feet to about hip distance apart. Start on the edge of your chair. Hinge forwards and push up into your standing position. Good. And let's just do a couple of sit to stand. So this is nice for the legs, for the glutes. Don't use the arms of your chair, even if you've got one. Squeeze your glutes at the top here. We don't want a dead butt, do we? And if you spend a lot of time sitting, your buttocks might not be too good at activating. So we want to make them work. Squeeze. Good. Let's just do 2 more. If you did an extra 5 sit to stands every time you stood up, great way to get some extra movement in the day. Last one. And down. And then bring your hands behind your back if you can, like this. Grab your chair. Depends on your chair, whether there's arms in the way. If you can't, just interlink your fingers behind your back. If you're holding your chair, draw your shoulder blades down. Lift your chest. Take some deep breaths. Good. Opening up. Now we're going to try our deep squat position. We're going to come up and round. Now if you know you can't get into a deep squat, that doesn't matter. I want you to just get down as far as you can. So hold the chair. If you've got really tight calves, remember the option. If you raise your heels off the floor a little bit, you're going to be able to get lower. So it might even just be a little bit of the scarf will help, or put the heels on your block. If possible, feet about as wide as your chair, hinge at your hips, sit down, and if you can go all the way down, go all the way down, and just sit here and breathe. Inhale and exhale. Okay, so I've been doing some posts this week. If you haven't checked out my Instagram, have a look at reasons why you might not be able to get into this squat position. I'm going to look at knees later today. If you're getting acute knee pain in this position, or even just to here, okay, and it's an injury that you've had recent and it's acute, I want you to just don't push into pain. If it's a chronic thing and it's coming from some wear and tear, or you've had it a long time, we need to explore why that's going on, maybe work through some of the issues that could be causing it. Okay, knees are designed to bend. And then let's come up. I'm going to show you an option for your hip flexor stretch. I'll give you two options in case you don't fancy standing on your chair. So if you can, bring one foot onto the chair, hold the back and just lean into it till you feel a stretch through the back hip. So this is probably through your right hip. If you don't want that option, you can just hold the side of your chair and do your lunge here. Don't need to get the knee on the floor. We don't want to mess up any nice clothes that you might be wearing at work if you're going to do this at your desk, okay? And obviously if you've got high heels on, I hope you've taken them off. Okay, and then what I want you to do is to rock back into a hamstring stretch. So hinge forwards till you feel a stretch in the back of that thigh. Good, let's just do that again. Go forwards, press the hips, shoulders back, and then hamstring. Bent knee, straight leg, hinging as far as you can for you. And release. Let's do that on the other side. So we'll take a big step on, hinge forwards, squeeze the glute, open up that hip. Pick the alternative if you need it on the floor, or if maybe you don't like being so high in this position. Back, rock back, lift the toes. Feel that hamstring. Good, and again, one more time, hinge forwards. If you find any particularly tight bits, like this, hip flexors are often really tight because if you sit a lot, they can get tight. They can also get weak, remember, but this will be a nice one to do regularly. You might just want to pick one or two from today just to add on a couple of times through the day to suit you. And release. And then I want you to go to the back of your chair and just use it for a little bit of support. And let's just rise up and down onto those toes a couple of times. I want you to really power up. If your balance is good, you don't need to use it. I want you to really squeeze up quick. Fast, down, fast. Now this is going to get the circulation going in the ankles and the lower body, because that's where that muscular pump is. So if you spend a lot of time in sitting, you can get quite swollen ankles, okay? And what we want is a good circulation there. Good, now stay up on your toes and go into those foot pedals. We're looking for good pelvic stability as we do this. Draw the tummy in, lift the pelvic floor, focus forwards, and here's your support if you need it. Roll through the feet. So let's get any stiffness in the ankles and the toes rolled out. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Take your feet wider than your chair, nice and wide. And just holding your chair, just lean one way so you get a bit of a stretch in your inner thigh. So you should feel that stretch on the leg pushing down. And we're just going to just swap. Side to side. And again, little push. Inhale up, exhale. go. Feel that inner thigh release. And back up. And then turn side onto your chair, okay? Lift up the opposite arm. Take the foot in front. So this arm that's up, the same foot in front, and just do a side bend, just gently holding on. And then go the other way. So I'm going to just turn myself around. Cross the leg in front. Lift the arm up. Make sure you're not too close. And just in and out. Breathe in. And then breathe out. Come back down. I want you to come back into sitting on your chair. Okay? And I want you to grab your scarf or your towel. And let's just use it to help with our neck stretches. So double it up if it's a long one. Pop the scarf over one shoulder, hold it behind and hold it in front. And then gently pull down on that upper trap muscle. Again, let's sit well, let's sit forwards. Take your ear to your shoulder. So if you're stretching that right side, you should be taking your left ear to your left shoulder. And keep this downward pressure on the shoulder with the towel. So these muscles often get tight if we're working, especially if the neck and shoulders aren't in a great position, or if we're really stressed. Come back up. Let's do this on the other side. So we're over, hold it behind. You can hold it with either hand behind, okay? Whatever feels better for your shoulders. Pull down, then go over. Such a nice stretch. Inhale. Every time you exhale, just lengthen down through that ear. Open the side up, right into the shoulder. Good. And then release. And then one other thing I want you to do with this, just to finish off, is to wrap the towel just under your shoulder blades. I'm going to show you from the side, but you can stay sitting forwards. What you do is you breathe in, and as you breathe out, we just try and get a little bit of lifting. So I'm pulling and trying to sort of arch over the scarf that I've got here, and release. So it's almost like we're just lifting the chest. Keep your chin tucked, don't do this. And release. One more. We'll do two more so you can have a good go at this. So upper back extension. We're not going to end up lying on our front, so when you're at your desk, it's difficult to get a little bit of extension. And release. Another option, depending on the chair, would be to gently kind of arch back over the chair. So some people have a very high chair. Some people may not have a back on their chair. Just depends what you're using. But if you've got one like mine, I can just find a few tight spots in my upper back and I can gently extend over it, okay, without letting the neck arch. So this is a nice one if your back's feeling stiff, especially that upper back, which is common. Right, let's give the shoulders a roll. Let's finish with some deep breaths. Inhale up, exhale down. One more time, deep breath, feel the ribs expand, the three-dimensional expansion, and down, and then release. Well done. One other thing to consider before I go, make sure that when you go back to sitting at your desk, you're sitting nice and securely back into it. You can even bring a small towel into the small of your back. Feet should be supported, so if you're small like me, you need a little raise, and you bring your chair to the table, and make sure that your chin isn't doing this to try and see your screen. So the top of your screen should be about eye height, okay? If you're working with a laptop and you're doing this is not good. Get it raised up a bit. You shouldn't have to be reaching around or twisting. Everything should be here, okay? And ideally, if you're on the phone a lot, use some earpods or some sort of kind of wireless speaker that you can use. Just some little hints and tips. Oh, and drink lots of water. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you again soon. Take care.